Have you ever wondered why there's no mouse-flavored cat food? A peculiar question, isn't it? But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Today we're embarking on an amusing journey, filled with the most whimsical and hilarious quiz questions you've ever encountered. Prepare to chuckle, to ponder, and perhaps even to scratch your head in bewilderment. But remember, it's all in good fun, and who knows, you might even learn something new. Now let's dive into our first question and see if you can outsmart the quizmaster. First up, what do you think is the average weight of a cloud? Is it A, the weight of a feather, B, the weight of an elephant, or C, the weight of 100 elephants? Pause. Believe it or not, the answer is C, the weight of 100 elephants. Yes, you heard it right, our fluffy clouds can weigh that much. Let's move on to our next question. Have you ever wondered how many times a hummingbird can flap its wings in a second? Is it A, 10 times, B, 50 times, or C, 100 times? Pause. If you guessed C, 100 times, you're absolutely right. These tiny creatures are indeed the epitome of speed. Next up, what's the world record for the most eggs laid by a chicken in a day? Is it A, 1, B, 12, or C, 20? Pause. Believe it or not, it's A, 1. Yes, chickens usually lay 1 egg per day. And our last question for this round, how long can a snail sleep? Is it A, 3 days, B, 3 weeks, or C, 3 years? Pause. If you guessed C, 3 years, you are correct. It seems snails are the real masters of the snooze button. Wow, who knew the animal kingdom was so bizarre? Let's move on to our next category. Next question, why do we say heads up when we actually duck? Is it A, because we're contrary creatures, B, because it's a warning for your head, or C, nobody really knows? Let's dive into the wild world of human habits, filled with paradoxes, contradictions, and oddities that make us all so wonderfully unique. For instance, why do we press harder on a remote control when we know the batteries are dying? Is it A, force of habit? B, because we think it might actually help? Or C, we're all a little bit stubborn? And here's another one. Why do we feel compelled to say ow even when we're not really hurt? Is it A, to get sympathy? B, because it's a reflex? Or C, we're practicing for when we really do get hurt? Ever wonder why we insist on answering rhetorical questions? Is it A, because silence is awkward? B, we like the sound of our own voice? Or C, we're just trying to be helpful? And finally, why do we look in the fridge or cupboard repeatedly, hoping that something new to eat will have magically appeared? Is it A, wishful thinking? B, we're optimists at heart? Or C, we're just always hungry? Each of these questions provides a humorous and enlightening glimpse into the human condition. We're all a little quirky, a little strange, and that's what makes us human. And that's the end of our human habits section. Hope you learned something new and hilarious. All right, time to review our answers. Did you get them all right? Or were you as surprised as a cat finding out there's no mouse-flavored cat food? Let's start with our quirky questions. The capital of Australia? Nope, it's not Sydney or Melbourne, but Canberra. Who would have thought, right? And that question about the animal that can't jump. It's the elephant. Yes, those massive creatures are earthbound, much like our laughter throughout this quiz. Moving on to our absurd animal antics. Remember the question about which bird has the longest lifespan? The answer is the albatross. That's right, those majestic seabirds can live up to 60 years. And let's not forget the question about the animal with the most teeth. Drumroll, please. It's the snail. Surprising, isn't it? And now to our hilarious human habits. The question about the most commonly forgotten item was a real hoot. It's actually our phones. Yes, the very devices we seemingly can't live without. And the country with the most public holidays? It's Cambodia, with 28 public holidays in a year. Imagine that. What a riotous journey we've been on, full of unexpected twists and turns. Who knew a quiz could be such a roller coaster of laughs? Whether you were right on the money or miles off, I hope you enjoyed the ride. And that's a wrap. Remember, the world is full of funny facts, so stay curious and keep laughing. See you in the next video.